Good morning and welcome back to the channel. How are we doing today? It is a beautiful spring morning. The sun's coming up. We already got all the feeding done. I still got to feed hay yet, so we'll take some hay to the cows and the goats there and get the day started. It was a nice week last week. Everything went well. It was really interesting to see that I have 13 brothers and sisters, and we have never been together in 41 years. There's always one missing, something's going on. But with what happened, we dropped everything and we got together. And it was amazing to see everybody and to see us all together again. So my one brother come up and he stayed with me, so wasn't able to do much. Didn't get much filming done or anything like that. So this week here's a lot of catch up. We got a lot of work yet to do. So let's grab some hay. So last week, I don't know what happened. It was kind of weird. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Over here in this garden where we planted tomatoes and the corn came up, I think it was Wednesday night. It was the night of after the viewing and the night before the funeral. We were running around, we were hardly home, and I didn't even realize it, but it frosted that night. And somehow the tomatoes frosted, but not all of them. So I'm not sure on how that works, I'll walk over here and show you real quick. So like as you can see, that tomato frosted, this one here didn't. How can it be that much difference that this one here didn't frost? And then what I was mostly worried about was the sweet corn. And the sweet corn didn't frost at all, and the sweet corn's growing right there. So how did that not frost, but this frost up here? I don't know. Sometimes when frost happens, it's a little bit strange on how it. I'm still not sure on how it determines what it's going to hit and what it's not going to hit. The turkeys are doing really well. I mean, unfortunately, we only hatched out 4 turkeys. But they're doing a fantastic job. And they're also doing a fantastic job at raising those 2 ducks that they hatched. So, right there's the other duck. It's weird, I don't remember last year the Tom hanging out so much with the hatchlings, but it's almost like he mothers them. I mean, he's a very heavy protector, follows them around, and makes sure that the moms do a good job at taking care of them. Wilma is still pregnant, no calf yet. Kind of disappointed. I thought for sure by now she'd be having a baby. I mean, her udder is starting to fill up there. It can't be too much longer. Whopper Jr.'s. He really enjoys being out here with the cows. We moved all the goats over to that side and just left the cows over here. We don't have any goats over here with the cows anymore. Okay, so everybody has their hay now. So I'm going to go in and grab some breakfast and then we'll get out here and get the day started. We got a lot of things we got to get done today. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. So we're going to try something different this year. For some reason, we're just not hatching the eggs like we did last year. One of the things that we're having a lot of problems with is the turkeys. Last year, the turkeys, we had where the hens were just laying eggs. All of them were. We were collecting eggs, and we had about 50 turkey pullets by now. And, you know, that's what we butchered and that's what we ate all year was mostly turkeys. This year here, I don't know what's going on, but it just seems like, first off, the turkeys went broody way too early. And then we couldn't snap them out of their broodiness and get them laying eggs again. So we ended up having not having as many turkeys this year. I'm still not sure if Beatrice, she went broody yesterday. And I took her off the nest and I tried to move her into the barn, and she decided not to stay broody. And so, I don't know, she's acting like she's laying again, but we haven't found out where yet. So what we did was, yesterday we were at our local Royal King, and they had some meat birds, some Cornish crosses. Now this is the first time ever that I attempted to raise Cornish crosses, ever. So we went ahead and got all 20 Cornish crosses. And now, so they're in the basement right now underneath the heat lamp. It looks like they're about, I don't know, a couple of days old. They're not very old. So the first thing I want to do is I want to work on building a chicken tractor, so that way we have something to house them in. If this works out okay, then maybe in the future we might do Cornish crosses every year. Not sure yet on how this is going to work out. Like I said, we've never dealt with Cornish crosses before. I know a lot of people rave about them and how great they are and how much meat you get off them, but this will be our first year. So yesterday, I picked up a roll of hardware cloth. What I think we're going to try to do and I think we're just going to use those old pallets back there for the lumber. But what I'm thinking is that one of the flattest areas on the property is down here on top the sand mound. So I'm hoping that's big enough. I mean, we only got 20, so I'm thinking to build like a chicken tractor that's maybe like 12 by 5, somewhere around there. Because everybody's saying that they use like a 10 by 12 and they put 50 birds in there. So I'm thinking 20 birds, we should be able to put them into maybe like or somewhere around there, maybe a 6 by 10 or something like that. And then if we put it down here, we should be able to move it around and be able to hopefully have enough pasture down here to raise these birds out. But so that's what I want to work on today. I want to start tearing those pallets apart, and we'll get them moved down here, and we will try to get this thing together. I'm gonna have to really make sure this thing's predator proof, because I know there is a lot of raccoons around here. There's a lot of snakes down here. I mean, there's quite a few different species of animals down here that would be wanting after them. So let's get started on this thing and see what we can do. Okay, so I'm going to try to get all my wood out of these pallets here that I got for free. So The one thing I'm going to try to do first is anytime I try to tear them apart by, you know, pulling out the nails and stuff, it usually just ends up in a mess. So I'm just going to take a Sawzall and I'm going to just cut through the nails there and try to salvage the boards there. So let's try this out and see if this will work. All right, so that really works that little saw out. So it's a little warm right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and start with this here and give that a little bit of a break to cool off. I don't want to burn the motor up on it. Part of this design is to make sure that it's as light as possible so you can move it around, but you also have to make sure it's sturdy enough that the animals can't break in. So you want to make sure that you use that 1/2-inch hardware cloth so that way nothing can get through that hardware cloth, and you just want to make sure it's lightweight. So I'm going to go ahead and take a lunch break, and then I'll be back and we'll start building the other side and start connecting them. All right, see you guys after lunch. All right, so I'm back from lunch now. I want to go ahead and get working on this other side here, and we'll try to get this thing together. I don't think I'm going to get it done today, but we'll get it as far as we can. just going to build the back wall, and then I still got to figure out exactly what I want to do for the top there. I want to be able to access the chicks so that way that they can't run from one end to the other. Okay, so that looks like it's pretty much done except for the roof, which I still got to figure out what I'm going to use on the roof. I think I do have some metal. I do want to put some wire mesh on some of it, that way they can come out into the sun. But got a good bit done today. Alright, well, I got to head up and do the evening chores and start making supper. So I think I'm going to go ahead and close it out for today. And tomorrow we'll pick up on this and finish the roof and maybe get the chicks out here. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.